So first of all, what we want to do is have a moment of silence, all right? As you know, if you've been following this work at all, I believe this work really came from up above in response to all those prayers that I offered all those years that I was in practice. And I was really in a state of prayer all the time because I had people coming in all the time, and so I was praying for every person that came in and just asking for help. And so that's really where all this came from. And so we definitely want to acknowledge that and have that help for our seminar, okay? So we'll just take a few moments of here to ask for a little help from our Creator. So we'll take about 30 seconds here. You ready? We'll just take that silence right now. Okay, so what is the Body Code? Well, it's the most complete self-study course on natural healing that has ever been devised. Raise your hand if you would agree that that might be true. Okay, good. Glad I got agreement on that. It was developed over decades of clinical and distance healing practice, all right? And you learn what to do for imbalances in the body in all 6 areas, okay? Pathogens, misalignments, nutrition and lifestyle, circuits and systems, toxins, and energies, all right? It's a complete health and wellness guide. And you can feel confident in your knowledge of the body, and you can find and eliminate underlying causes of illness. How many of you actually use the Body Code to find and eliminate underlying causes of illness? Gee, what a concept that is, huh? Wow. We're about to change the whole paradigm, aren't we? Raise your hand if you think that could be true. Yeah, we're working on it. You guys are at the tip of the spear there. You can prevent problems from becoming worse and prevent disease from developing. And the purpose of the Body Code really, it's a wellness aid and a method for disease prevention. And it really should never be used for first aid, okay? So if you come across the scene of an accident and some guy's leg is over there, you know, the Body Code probably wouldn't be the best thing. You know? Or the Emotion Code either, you know. Well, how do you feel about your leg over there? Are you okay with your leg being over there by the curb? No. Okay, the Body Code is not designed to take the place of medical care, right? Okay, this is me. I've been in private and virtual practice since about, off and on since about 1988. And people understand private practice, right? You've heard that before. But, you know, when I tell people I was in virtual practice, they kind of think, was he just pretending to be in practice? What does that mean? How many of you are actually in some form of virtual practice where you're working on people at a distance? How cool is that, right? Isn't that so fun? You know, after practicing all those years, 17 years in a brick and mortar practice, I never intended on practicing again. I love practicing. And some of my old patients might even be here. If you're an old patient of mine from back then, raise your hand. Anybody? Ruth, you have to raise your hand. Okay. Okay, awesome. Oh, yeah, Paul.
Yeah, you worked on my wife.
Remotely or?
Kate, no, in your brick and mortar.
Oh, right, exactly. Okay, yeah, good to see it. So, and yeah, you were there. So, yeah, I never really planned on practicing again because I kind of thought, I've got this other mission. And so I published this book, The Emotion Code, in 2007. And in the very, very end of the book, kind of almost as an afterthought, I put a little paragraph that said, if you need help, go to this webpage and I'll try to help you. And it didn't take very long. You know, within about 6 months, I had this practice that I didn't really originally even intend on. It was kind of an accident. And so for the next 2 years, I actually supported myself and my family. I worked Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 a.m. to noon. And that was all I needed to work. I made plenty of money. And it was really fun because everybody knew that they had to call me, so I never had to call anybody. I didn't have to think about it too hard. Everybody paid me in advance, so there were no collections. There were no receivables. I had no staff. It was just me. The phone would ring, 8 a.m., and it would be somebody from Hong Kong maybe, and then 20 minutes later I'd hang it up, and within 30 seconds the phone would ring again. and the next person would be from the UK, or who knows, right? And I was able to help those people. And so that was an amazing thing. And now to see so many of you doing that same thing is really just an amazing, remarkable thing. And it's not about me at all. I just work here, right? Raise your hand if you ever use that phrase, I just work here. That's a good phrase. Hang on to that. So you know I'm the author of the Emotion Code and pioneer in holistic health and so on. Well, one of my very favorite quotes is this one by Thomas Edison. He said, "The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease." Right? Well, are we there yet, do you think? Completely in the world? Not quite, but are you guys there? Yes. You guys are there. And that's what the Body Code is really all about. So the purpose of the Body Code is to really find and remove the underlying causes of disease and to create perfect conditions for the body to heal itself and be totally healthy.